Subtle strategy, the fine art of manipulating perceptions. Brought to you by Lux von Zollern, the maker of exclusive garments for successful women, available at the website lvzprestige.com. Think Lux von Zollern when you wish to amplify your executive impact in high-stakes business environments. In the corporate world, perception isn't just reality. It's the secret sauce to success. You could be a genius at your job, a ninja at multitasking, and the glue holding the team together. But if people don't see your value, your efforts might go unnoticed. That's where subtle strategy comes in. It's not about deception. It's about curating how others perceive you, like the masterpiece you are. Here's how to master the fine art of manipulating perceptions without looking like you're trying too hard. Start with the mirror. Define your brand. Before you can manage others' perceptions, you need to know what you want them to perceive. Think of yourself as a personal brand. Are you the unflappable problem solver? The creative visionary? The go-to team leader? Define the narrative you want people to associate with your name. Once you've nailed this down, every action, word, and even outfit becomes part of your brand messaging. For example, if you want to be seen as polished and professional, showing up in wrinkled clothing or sending typewritten emails won't cut it. Your appearance and communication style should align with your narrative. Speak the language of success. People often judge competence and confidence by how you communicate. If you're fumbling for words or peppering your sentences with ums and likes, you might come across as uncertain, even when you know your stuff. Practice speaking with clarity and precision. Use strong, confident language in meetings. Instead of, "I think this might work," say, "Here's a solution that aligns with our goals." Instead of, "Sorry to bother you," say, "I need your input on this to move forward." Confidence in your tone influences how others perceive your expertise. Bonus, it might even convince you that you're as capable as you actually are. Master the art of timing. Timing is everything, especially when it comes to perception. If you're always the first to speak in meetings, people might think you're overeager. If you're always last, they might assume you're disengaged. The trick is finding the sweet spot. Observe the room and pick your moments strategically. For example, if a heated debate is unfolding, wait for the chaos to settle and then swoop in with a calm, reasoned perspective. Not only will you stand out, but you'll also look like the voice of reason amidst the noise. The power of the soft flex. No one likes a braggart, but letting people know about your accomplishments is essential. The secret? The soft flex. Instead of saying, "I led that project and crushed it," try weaving it into conversation naturally. "When we rolled out the new system, I learned a lot about streamlining workflows." You've just highlighted your role without screaming, "Look at me." Another pro move. Let others brag for you. Build relationships with colleagues who respect your work, and they'll sing your praises when you're not in the room. It's the corporate version of having a hype squad. Dress the part, and then some. The phrase "dress for the job you want" is more than a cliché. It's a proven strategy. Your appearance is often the first thing people notice, and it speaks volumes before you even open your mouth. But here's the twist. Don't just dress for the job you want, dress better than that. In a sea of business casual, be the woman in a perfectly tailored blazer that exudes confidence. It's not about spending a fortune. It's about looking intentional. Even subtle details, like polished shoes or a statement accessory, can elevate your perceived authority. Curate your online persona. In today's digital age, your LinkedIn profile is like your professional dating app. It's where people go to check you out before deciding how to interact with you. Keep your profile polished and up to date. Highlight achievements with concise, compelling language, and don't shy away from showcasing your unique skills. Use a professional photo that radiates competence and approachability. But don't stop there, engage. Share industry insights, comment thoughtfully on posts, and occasionally sprinkle in personal anecdotes to show your human side. The goal is to appear knowledgeable, connected, and likable. Be generous with credit, strategically. Here's a counterintuitive strategy: generously give credit to others. At first glance, it might seem like this diminishes your spotlight, but in reality, it positions you as confident and collaborative. When you praise a colleague publicly, it shows you're secure enough in your skills to uplift others. The kicker? People often remember the leader who acknowledged their contributions. This generosity subtly enhances your reputation as a team player and natural leader. Body language speaks louder than words. What you say is important, but how you carry yourself can make or break perceptions. Pay attention to your body language. Stand tall with your shoulders back. Slouching screams insecurity. Maintain steady, natural eye contact. Shifty eyes make you seem uncertain. Use deliberate gestures. Fidgeting can distract from your message. Practice commanding the room with your presence, even when you're silently sipping coffee. A poised demeanor projects authority and competence without a single word. The strategic silence. One of the most underrated tools in perception management is silence. When used wisely, it can convey thoughtfulness, confidence, and power. For instance, when someone challenges your idea in a meeting, resist the urge to respond immediately. Pause, smile, and then deliver your response with composure. That brief moment of silence not only gives you time to craft your reply, but also creates an air of authority. People often fill silence with assumptions, so let them assume you're wise, strategic, and unflappable. Play the long game. Finally, remember that managing perceptions is not about quick wins. It's a long-term strategy. Consistency is key. Show up every day as the polished, confident, and competent professional you want people to see. Over time, these small actions will solidify your reputation as someone who's not just good at what they do, but also someone who's destined for bigger things. Spin setbacks into strengths. Nobody's career is immune to setbacks. Maybe a project bombed, or your presentation didn't land the way you'd hoped. It happens. The key is how you frame these moments. When discussing setbacks, shift the narrative to focus on what you learned and how you improved. For instance, instead of saying, "The project failed," say, "The project revealed key insights that will strengthen future initiatives." Instead of, "My presentation flopped," say, "I gained valuable feedback that will enhance my next one." Turning missteps into stepping stones shows resilience and forward thinking. Plus, people love a comeback story, especially when you're the star. Control the narrative in conflicts. Conflicts are inevitable in a competitive environment, but the way you handle them can make or break your reputation. The goal? Stay calm, composed, and in control of the narrative. If someone criticizes you publicly, resist the urge to fire back emotionally. Instead, respond with measured professionalism. "Thank you for your perspective. I'd like to clarify a few points to ensure we're on the same page." This approach not only diffuses tension, but also positions you as the mature adult in the room, a perception that will earn you respect from onlookers. Remember, it's not just about winning the conflict. It's about how you're perceived while doing it. Manage up without looking like a sycophant. Managing up, aka building a strong rapport with your boss, is a skill, not a weakness. But there's a fine line between being seen as strategic and being labeled a brown-noser. To manage up subtly, focus on aligning your work with your boss's priorities. Anticipate their needs and proactively offer solutions that make their life easier. For example, "I noticed we're behind on this deadline. I've drafted a revised timeline to keep us on track. Would you like me to implement it?" By positioning yourself as indispensable, you're creating a perception of value without resorting to blatant flattery. Turn gossip into opportunity. Office gossip is like a wildfire. It spreads quickly and can cause serious damage. Instead of getting burned, learn to harness it to your advantage. If you hear gossip about yourself, use it as intel to adjust your narrative. For example, if whispers suggest you're overly ambitious, because apparently that's a crime, lean into it strategically. "I hear some people think I'm ambitious. I take that as a compliment because I'm passionate about driving results for the team." This approach reframes gossip as a testament to your dedication, flipping the script in your favor. Use visual cues to reinforce authority. Perception isn't just about what you say, it's also about what people see. Visual cues, like how you organize your workspace or present documents, can reinforce your authority. Keep your workspace tidy, professional, and subtly personalized. A clean desk signals control, while a few personal touches, like a sleek pin holder or framed photo, add warmth. Similarly, when presenting reports or projects, focus on aesthetics. Crisp, well-organized documents suggest attention to detail and professionalism, even before anyone reads the content. Sometimes, it's the little things that make the biggest impression. Leverage reciprocity to build influence. People are hardwired to reciprocate kindness and favors. Use this to subtly build alliances and influence. Offer support to colleagues without expecting anything in return, at least not immediately. Help someone meet a deadline, share a useful resource, or give them a shout-out in a meeting. Over time, these small gestures create a network of allies who feel inclined to support you when you need it most. Think of it as planting seeds. The harvest might not be immediate, but when it comes, it's worth it. Make allies out of adversaries. In a cutthroat environment, not everyone will be your biggest fan. Instead of viewing adversaries as obstacles, see them as opportunities for strategic partnership. Find common ground and build bridges. For example, if a rival is particularly vocal about a shared project, praise their contributions publicly. I really appreciated adversaries' insights. They added depth to our discussion. This move not only disarms them, but also positions you as gracious and collaborative. Plus, it's incredibly satisfying to win over someone who underestimated you. Stay mysterious, but not secretive. Let's be honest, a little intrigue goes a long way. You don't need to reveal every detail about your personal or professional life. Leave some things to the imagination. For example, when discussing future goals, keep it vague yet ambitious. I have some exciting plans in the works. I'll share more when the time is right. This creates curiosity while positioning you as someone who's always moving forward. People are naturally drawn to mystery. It makes you seem even more impressive. Shine bright, but don't outshine. One of the trickiest parts of perception management is balancing your brilliance with humility. Shine too brightly, and you risk triggering resentment. Dim your light, and you might go unnoticed. The solution? Share the spotlight. If you're presenting a successful project, acknowledge the team's contributions. This was a team effort, and I'm grateful for everyone's input. This approach highlights your leadership while reinforcing your likability, a winning combination. Play the long game again. Perception management isn't a sprint, it's a marathon. Consistently align your actions with your desired image, and over time, the narrative will stick. Stay patient and persistent. Every meeting, email, and interaction is an opportunity to reinforce your brand. Keep your eyes on the prize and trust that your efforts will pay off in the long run. Mastering perception manipulation is about playing the corporate game with elegance and strategy. You don't need to scream your worth from the rooftops. Subtle, consistent actions will speak louder than words. Remember, you're not just a player in the game. You're the one writing the rules. So go out there, craft your narrative, and own the room. After all, perception is power, and you're the queen of both. Brought to you by Lux von Zollern, the maker of exclusive garments for successful women, available at the website lvzprestige.com. Think Lux von Zollern when you wish to amplify your executive impact in high-stakes business environments.